Bread before battle. Planet, Varek's Hollow. Decana subsector, Segmentum Pacificus. The surf beat a slow drum roll against the black stone cliffs behind them, steady and implacable. Salt stung the air. Above, the sky was a bruised grey, heavy with the ash of bombed-out districts and the oily smoke of burning promethium. Wind howled through the half-ruined habs, rattling loose shutters and tugging at the banners strung from broken spires, those still upright enough to hold them. The enemy hadn't yet stirred on the far side of the city, but they would, soon. 6 obsidian spears crouched within the rubble of a collapsed shrine, tucked between cracked pillars and shattered statuary. Their black power armor blended with the obsidian ruins, camouflaged by soot and shadow. The faint teal glow of their eye lenses shimmered faintly in the dim, giving away only hints of their presence. They waited, still as reef stone, watching the city's broken heart where the enemy massed beyond the old tramline. Vox silence. Combat protocols enabled, motion sensors tuned, bolters loaded. Then, as if reaching a personal threshold of silence, Brother Haru shifted his weight with a faint hiss of servos and said, with the weary earnestness of a man halfway through a memory, "I missed the seaweed bread from Kaioraki." There was a beat, static on the squad Vox, no reply. Then Vicato turned toward him, helm canting ever so slightly. "The bread," he repeated like it was an accusation. "I do," Haru said. He didn't flinch. It was light, warm, had a crunch, good texture. "You're unbelievable," Nakoa muttered. Haru shrugged. Better than Vicato and his bloody cracker challenge. Vicato's helm tilted with mock offense. "I still hold the record." Haru smirked. "If nearly breaking your teeth counts." Tuariki cocked his head. "Brother, you were sculpted in a gene vat, spliced with coral-spined predator DNA. Your bones have adamantine threads, and your digestive tract can dissolve industrial solvents. And now, moments before battle, you yearn for a sandwich." "It had sesame seeds," Haru said, undeterred. "The little black ones." "By the drowned throne," Vicato groaned. "I fought beside you on the void spine of the Costera Ascendant. You cleaved through a chaos hellbrute with your bare hands. And this is the moment I lose respect for you." "You don't appreciate the small things," Haru replied. "That's your problem." "Small things?" Kellyan snapped. "You're here in full power armor, in the rubble of a shrine to the Emperor of Mankind, while heretics mass artillery across the street, and you're thinking about buns? Better than thinking about what's going to happen when that mortar nest wakes up," Haru said mildly. Nakoa made a show of keying into his Vox. "Captain, requesting reassignment. Tactical brother compromised, showing signs of carbohydrate dependency." "I will personally cook him into a ration block," Kellyan said. "Flash-fried and vacuum-sealed. Mark my words," he added, pointing a gauntlet toward the ruined street ahead. "The heretics will break ranks, not from fear of death, but because they'll smell fresh bread. Haru will lead the charge into their mess hall, howling for sea salt and crusty rolls." There was a pause. Then laughter crackled over the Voxnet, low and broken by distortion, but unmistakably real. Not the manic laughter of desperation, nor the braggadocio of lesser chapters. This was the dry, bone-deep humor of warriors who had bled together in places the galaxy had forgotten. Haru gave a little shrug, the gesture exaggerated by his armor. "You're all uncultured." "Culture doesn't come in loaves," Vicato replied. "Oh, it does," Haru said, "with just the right amount of vinegar in the dough and—" "Enough," Tuariki cut in. "If you mention texture again, I'll use your skull to scoop sand." A gust of wind swept through the ruins then, whistling past the shrine's cracked dome. Distant thunder rolled, not from the clouds but from something moving far beneath the enemy lines, a siege engine waking. Vicato checked the chrono on his bracer. 1 minute. The squad rose as one, a clatter of ceramite and adamant silent but for the wind. Bolters checked, targeting runes realigned. The air was heavy with pressure, like the drop before a deep dive. And then, as if compelled by the moment, Nakoa spoke again. "If Haru dies today," he said solemnly, "I swear by the throne I'm baking him into a loaf." The laughter came again, brief but genuine, brighter this time, and it lingered, just a moment longer than it should have, before falling into silence once more. a bond of steel, salt, and apparently flour between brothers in war, and the moment before the storm. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you have enjoyed this story.